Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. We're out here with our RV today. It's an older RV, it's a 1978 model American Clipper. Some of the issues we have with it is the window gaskets have shrunk. The rubber has gotten hard in it because it's like 38 years old. You know, you got these big wide gaps up in here. So one of the first things we want to do to the motorhome is to get it watertight so that it doesn't leak anymore. But because you have to order all this stuff, we're not going to be able to get to that right now. We've got that stuff going to be ordered, and we'll be doing a video on replacing this on the windows of an older RV. The next thing we're going to do, instead of that right now, is going to be trying to remove the old refrigerator out of it because it doesn't work. It's a gas over electric, and in order to keep safety first, one of the first things we're going to do is, because we're replacing this refrigerator with a modern electric one, we're going to be disconnecting the gas lines to it and the gas tank on this thing so that we don't have to worry with any problems. So it's going to be safety
Okay,
first.
one of the first things you want to do is to make sure the gas is turned off on this, because we don't want any leakages or any gas escaping out of the tank. And this being the regulator and the gas line, we're going to undo the gas line from the black steel line over behind the tire so that we don't have any gas going through the system anywhere. Alright guys, we're going to try to undo this gas line, and that way we don't have to worry about there being any gas in any of the lines anywhere to cause a spark for a problem. We're going to try to get this gas hose out of here, get it laid here. We're going to get some tape and tape these ends up to make sure that no bugs or creatures or anything crawls up in them and give us any kind of problems. Start taking, the first thing we're going to do is take the door off. Alright. Should just lift up off the bottom. Alright, part number one to come off. Okay guys, this particular refrigerator, they have these little plastic buttons you pull out. This is where the screws are located. There we go. It's a Phillips screw located in that hole that holds these refrigerators to the wall. We got 4 of them on the front here that will be taken out. Okay guys, this is the last screw on the inside here. That's a 4th one. Let me look in here just to be sure they don't have something stuck in from the top. Nope, I don't see anything. Alright, we're going to be moving outside to see what we got to do outside. Okay, this is the panel, the ventilation panel behind the refrigerator. We're going to see if it leaves. Okay, yeah. Get it unlocked. You see the back of it in here. We got the refrigerators unplugged. Oh, somebody's undone this line right here, this panel. So let's get that out of there. Put it on the ground out here. We've got our gas line coming in right here. This is going to have to be undone. And I see the little screws laying around in here for the previous owners. There's another panel that's been undone. Okay, looks like all we've got to do is undo the gas line and the refrigerator should come out. Now that's a big should. We're going to look and see, make sure that previous owners hadn't come in here and done something else. Now let's see if we can get our wrench adjusted here. Well, it's not wanting to come loose. There we go. Just electrical line out of the way. I know a lot of y'all saying, why don't you just go get the wrench that fits this instead of using a crescent wrench, because I'm a long way from the shop. And this wrench fits everything. There we go. Copper gas line is now undone. So we are going to go in and see if this thing will actually start coming out. It moved, and it is heavy.
So we're going to get something before you pull it all the way out.
I can just get it on the floor.
It's going to fall on the floor. We have it this far.
Yep, we have it this far. We have it out of the hole.
Now
the secret's going to go, is it going to go through this door to get it out of here? So before I even start, I think I'm going to tape measure and measure the widest part of this, and we'll measure the door to see if it's going to come through this door before we even try to start.
if not, what happens then?
If not, we're going to have to start disassembling this thing to get it out of here. Okay guys, we measured the refrigerator at the widest point here. We measured our door. It will not go through it with the trim on the refrigerator. So we're having to take the trim off the refrigerator, and then the thing will just, it's an exact fit. So they didn't spare us no room for any of this. So we're going to take this thing apart, get the trim off of it, and see if we can get this thing out of here. Take the door brackets off first, get them put to the side, find any screws that may be holding anything on here, everything off. It's
Pretty much glued on.
It is stuck, that's for sure. Get all this stuff off of there. You got it glued on. Because we're not saving a refrigerator, we're not worrying about it. We get it to come down. Okay, there's that. We can get this side to do the same thing. Okay, this much of it's off. There's that one. There's that one. Okay. Got this all undone.
Still got some in this other piece. Or something.
No.
It might pull off.
Let's see if that'll come on off of there now. It's stuck like the rest of it is, alright. Okay.
Alright, that off. Now,
You're going to need help getting that down, so it's going to be one of those. See if let's go through the door first.
yep, I'm going to just lean it over. Guys, we're having to take the screen door off. I don't know what else it's going to entail, but lay them up on top of that. Don't put them in the tray, just lay them on the stuff there, because I don't want to get them mixed up with them. Okay. I don't know if that's going to make it any better on us or not. Alright, we've got it loose. We're just letting it slide down out of the home. Alright. Okay. The refrigerator is officially out of the motorhome. And man, what a job. Let's just check out the hole where it was at. Let's check out the hole here and see what we've got. Well, it is. The good thing is it's insulated. I like that. We've got electricity coming in over here to this plug-in right here. So we're gonna have a plug-in to actually plug the new refrigerator into. And it looks like we've even got an additional electrical line there. I've got to figure out where that comes from and what it might even be for. If it's something else, the electrical panel's right here below it. So I probably can get into this electrical panel and look and see what's going on right there. That's probably the next thing I'm going to do is take this electrical panel out here where I can actually see back in there and kind of see what's going on. Okay guys, we're fixing to take the electrical panel loose here and see what previous owners have maybe done, because I can tell it's been took out.
In 38 years, I'm sure.
In 38 years, I can tell somebody's been in it. So one of the things about remodeling an older RV like this, you want to really be sure and go into everything, because you never know what somebody's done. It's not worth your safety to not look. I see the inverter here. Well,
something hooked at the back.
Something other's hooked. Got it where it won't come out where I can see it. It's down in this carpet on this floor. There we go. I want to try to get it where I could get a look at it. Kind of see what's... Boy, there's been some rats in here. Man. This is what I'm telling you. This is why you want to go into something. Because
these set up for years.
These things have sat here for years and years, and you can see here there's rat nests all up in this. And one of the things, this here is just covered up inside this. One of the things you want to be sure of, rats could have eaten into some of these wiring, and you know, we're going to have to go through now and we're going to have to look at everything in here and just see what the rats has gotten into, what they hadn't got into, try to get all that vacuumed out of there and get this thing cleaned up and actually see what we have to work with here, because this is not looking... I can get it where I can lay it down. There's some 12-volt wires that's got me held there, and I don't want to tear something up. But yeah, all this is just, you can see where the rats have built up in there, and you can see all their poop and everything in there. So yeah, we gotta do some major cleanup here. We can see that right now. Okay guys, we've taken off the bathroom door to give us a little more room here to work. We've got, like I said, we took the refrigerator out. We've taken everything else out. And after seeing what I saw underneath the inverter system here and the power system down here with the rats, I suspected that they didn't stop there. And you can notice up on these little boards up here, it's all full of where rats has been. All up under, this is more stuff I just keep digging out from under the tub that's in here. This stuff just keeps digging out. The rats has built big old beds up in here. This is what happens when you leave an RV. Been setting up for long periods of time, these old ones. You need to go ahead and go this route. I know it's a lot of work, but you need to get this stuff out of here and get stuff cleaned up if you're going to plan on staying in it for your family to be healthy. And we just wanted to take and show y'all some of what you run into with these older RVs and what you need to do and what you need to look for in them. Even though it may look good on the inside the RV, which this one didn't look really bad, you never know what's behind the walls from one that's been setting up. And that's why I suspected it, because it'd been setting up for a long time. And I went ahead and decided to start tearing into it, and this is what I come across. Okay guys, we've assessed the outside on the top up there. We've got to replace the vent stack covers. They've been broken off by limbs. We got those on order. So while we're waiting on that, and we're going to be ordering the window rubber gasket trim. We have a couple of those that are bad. We need to be getting those replaced so we can get the outside dried in before we actually start putting anything back in the inside. But it doesn't prevent us from going ahead and starting the gutting process of the RV. That's where we're at now. We have actually we removed the bench on this side right here to expose the SureFlow pump system that for the holding tank on the water that pumps all the water out. It's actually right here. This is the electrical system that's in here. We're going to be replacing this. This is so outdated, it's pathetic. I don't even know how I wanted to even put it there to start with, but we're going to be kind of changing this, because you see we've got water, we've got electricity. Water and electricity do not go together. So this was a poorly designed from day one. We're going to be completely redoing this and making it extremely safe. And I want you to notice, you see this fender well right here? The only thing between me and the highway is this little thin plastic. There is no insulation over it whatsoever. It's a wonder they was even able to keep this thing heated and cooled, to be honest with you, because there's just no insulation anywhere in anything I've found. So, in this part of the RV. So we're going to change all this stuff up and see if we can't get this a little more safe on this part. Now around here, this was a closet. Now we're still going to keep a closet here, but we're going to be retrofitting this. We're going to kind of change it up a little bit. Like I said, this here, just pure thin plastic between me and the highway out there. And if a tire was to blow out and sling a piece of rubber, it'd just tear that thing all to pieces. So we're going to try to redo this and get some good insulation on it. And coming up in here, we're going to change this up, and probably right here, this cabinet system right here, we're going to extend it on across here and make this a cabinet right here, because we don't wear clothes that require long hangers and stuff like that. We predominantly, our clothes hang short on the hanging rods, so we don't need it to be up high like it was. We're going to drop this thing down, put a cabinet here, and then we'll put the clothes part in this right here. And then this, as you saw the other day, was where the refrigerator was. It's where the solar converter system and all that was up here, or done our testing and all that kind of stuff. You see, I've undone all that. This here is the 12-volt battery charge system that was in here. I'm probably going to keep this because there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's still got the American Clipper on it, unless I can find a more modern one to go in, because literally the circuitry and the plug-ins and all, there's not anything wrong with that. So none of these wires were put together. I zip tied them all together. They were just hanging loose like spider webs up in here. So I've got that kind of held in place. We went ahead and took out, they had a metal piece, just a little short metal piece right here that went up to the roof vent for the refrigerator. We're going to come back and put a piece of metal all the way from the bottom all the way up on this right up here and have this thing formed and fabricated to fit rather than just no bent up piece of sheet metal that they had in here. And you can see the wiring system right here is really outdated. We're going to go ahead and we're going to change out all the 110 electrical wiring in this thing. We're going to wire it up to modern standards so that it meets code requirements. And you know, as you see, now there was a little insulation here on the back of the shower. That's the only insulation we found so far. You know, kind of surprises me why they would put it on a shower and they wouldn't put it anywhere else. But then back here we have a gas line right here that went with the refrigerator. And because we're not going to be putting a gas refrigerator back in, all that gas line will be coming out of here because there's just absolutely no need for it. Okay, we're in here now. We begin to take apart the shower system that's here. We're going to take this down up here around the top, this metal piece here, and we're going to take the piece out down around the bottom and take this shower part out of here because we need to get to the walls behind it to make sure we can get some good insulation in there. And plus I need to replace this top that's up here. This is 1/8 inch little thin paneling. I'm going to go back with 1/4 inch because they had so much stuff screwed into this little 1/8 inch stuff and all the screws were broke and pulled out of it because there was just nothing there to hold. So we're going to go back with 1/4 inch. And I know a lot of people's going to go, well man, that's going to add some weight to the RV, but I'm taking so much stuff out of the RV that was heavy and putting back lighter stuff that an RV is all about balance. It's all about weight balance, and I'm balancing the weight out as I go, as I'm redesigning it so that I can have a lighter RV, which will make it more fuel efficient if it needs to be on the road, plus it takes just some of the weight off the chassis that's on it here. But we just got through taking out the shower system here. Now, Wanda and I like the tub that's in here, and the still water running out of it, and the shower head. But what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this to one that has the spout sticking out on it so that we can actually run some water in the tub and fill the tub up with water in order to be able to take a bath if we want to. Or if someone has small kids and need to give them a bath, they'll be able to do it in here. And we're going to upgrade this because this is 38 years old. We're going to kind of put some new modern stuff and new showers all in it. We looked into putting a composting toilet in here. It's just not going to be feasible in this RV because we don't have anywhere to store the sawdust and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and go back with a brand new toilet system, but it's not going to be one of the low ones. We're going to put a little bit taller one up here because the older you get, the easier it is for you to get up off of a high one. And now we're in the process of disassembling the vanity over here. We've taken the valance and all away from the back glass, and you can see the rubber here we talked about on the outside. Water's getting in here. It's actually wetting that wall on the inside. We got some issues up here. I went ahead and took the light system out. You can see how all this is just rotted. It's just falling apart in here. This has been replaced and a new one put in to stop this water issue, so we're going to recheck all that, make sure that there's no issues, because this is brand new that's in here now. Once this was put in here, the new one, whoever done it stopped the water issue right here and kind of fixed that. But what it done was, I'll show you. This is the 12-volt light system that was getting up there, and water was getting on the top side of it, and it ran into the bottom side here and literally corroded this one all up, and this light was not even in there. They put a new LED on this side because it didn't rust it up. The water was getting in on this side here. So we're going to replace all this with a new modern LED system. Something that won't draw as much electricity to run. And then the vent system that I was telling y'all about. I don't know if we can get around here where we can see it. But you can see. You see the ceiling right here where the water's been getting around right here. This is the vent pipe that we're talking about that goes through the top of the RV out there that we've got to fix up there because water's still getting in here. Now we want to try to get that taken care of so that we don't have this water issue when we put the new ceiling in. And this is the shower rod system we took out of the curtain system we took out of the shower. This is the valance we took out that was over the back window in the bathroom here. So we're gradually trying to take all this stuff out. And I might want to add that once we get this out and we get it retrofitted to a more modern RV, anything that's left over out of this RV that's not damaged will go up for sale for someone who's looking to restore a vintage one and keep it in its original condition. We will be selling those parts either on eBay, or someone just personally contacts us and wants to be able to purchase it. We're going to save them and put them up for sale, like I said, for somebody who might want to put back the original parts in one of these American Clippers. Now,